Welcome to Cleats and Creatures, the official podcast of the Mississippi Mud Monsters. Here's your hosts, David Kerr and Macy Worstel.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Macy Worstel. I'm the marketing manager here at the Mud Monsters.
Hey, yeah, welcome back, everybody. I'm David Kerr, Assistant GM of the Mud Monsters, and we're here with the second episode of the official podcast of the Mud Monsters. And let's just say we have a really interesting episode in front of you today, primarily because our office is empty and we're doing nothing. So we decided to film a podcast just to feel a little bit busy.
Yeah, it's oddly quiet. Probably
Yeah,
everybody in the office can hear us, even though our doors are closed.
yeah, there's definitely, it is so eerie in here. Eerie's the right word because we are mud monsters, we're all about the horror movies. It's just eerie in here because we went from like the phones ringing 100 times a day to buy tickets to people asking questions about if parking is free, all that jazz, to like the phones don't ring, there aren't people at the window. Um,
People don't just randomly walk into the office and yell, "Hello."
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So it's it's like it's a little unsettling. And it's funny because we're busy, like we're getting a lot of work done, but it's just we're sitting at our computers. Macy doesn't bang on her wall anymore, telling me to run over there. It's like it's weird.
Yeah, it's more of a send a text or call whoever you
Yeah,
need
yeah,
help with instead of screaming through the
yeah.
office.
It's well, and it's really funny because we will text each other. Literally, this wall behind me, if you're watching this on video, like Macy is literally like 2 feet on the other side of this wall. And so we've gotten so lazy that we text each other across the wall now. We don't even yell at each other. And
Yeah.
good for me. I'm the old man in the office who ignores his texts. So every now and then I look down and there's like 4 messages from Macy. It's like, David, answer your phone. So
Well, and it's because you have your phone on silent.
absolutely. Why listen to that nonsense during the day?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think we've been, like we're having we had just kind of a great season. I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. Like your first season's over. Like my first season, all of our first season. There's nobody here who this is not their first season. So our first season with the Mud Monsters is over. Um, Kind of like what were your favorite moments?
Um, I guess I got to really build a relationship with the team, and that was a lot of fun. I got to hear a lot of stories from when they were on the road and just random weird things, but also I think seeing the amount of people that came to every single game was really cool, and watching them sort of build that love for the mud monsters that we all have in the office.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite part of the whole thing too, is like Mud Monsters didn't exist. Like a year ago today, that name had been said, but it wasn't even named the team. Like, and so watching like the work we did turn people into the sort that are buying shirts. And then for me, it's when I go to the grocery store and I turn a corner and somebody is in full Mud Monsters regalia.
I have
Um,
that at my apartment.
yeah,
There's
like
this couple that every time I go to the pool, they come out and they're in their mud monsters gear, and I don't know if they even know I'm the marketing person,
yeah,
but I'm like, it follows me everywhere.
yeah, and like we did that from scratch. It blows my mind. And not everybody, people listening to this probably don't know this, but you're the person that got all the gear here and picked out the gear and everything this year, right? Do you
Yeah.
do you have a favorite piece of gear?
Um, I mean, I really like my my blanket in my office, but I don't know. It's different for everyone. I think the most fun item that I got to help make was the Catfish Weekends baseball beer t-shirt, just because it's different and it mentions like us. instead of
Yeah.
being hot dogs and whatnot.
Yeah. I love that shirt. I wear that shirt too much because number one, it's completely teal. So like when you wear it out in the world, it's very obviously Mud Monsters. But also, that's pretty much what weekends are for people around here. Catfish, beer, baseball, weekend. Like that's exactly what we do anyways. So um I love that shirt. And you made this really fun video earlier in the year with it, right? Like
Oh, yes.
super TikTok trend. I don't want to pretend that I
It
know what I'm
didn't,
talking about with
it
TikTok
was like
trends.
so on trend for TikTok and was trending in the moment. It did not.
So I want you guys to hear this,
Might have been
that
a little late.
Macy personally killed a TikTok trend all by herself. That's the way I'm going to
Yeah.
tell that story forever. You know, make you sound like that's all you do is you come in and you kill all of the trends. So
Or people might take it as kill in a good way. Like, oh, she
yeah.
killed that.
Hey, whatever you got to say, right? Like so you feel good about
Yeah.
yourself tomorrow. That's it. Speaking of social, what are some of the highlights? Like, what are some of your favorite moments that came across running our social media? And I know I hear it all of the time. I don't want to make your head super big, but I hear it all of the time about like how people love what we do on social media and how there's even a really cool story. Our man, I always butcher Shep's title, but our associate league commissioner or deputy commissioner, Matt Shepardson, he's Shep to everybody, was driving for the playoffs. We missed the playoffs. I still think we belong to be there. They should have just forced somebody out. Like new team gets two free games, right? Um, I think that should be a league rule. But now we're no longer a new team. I don't want that rule
Well,
anymore.
technically, we are still the new team
Yeah,
until they bring in another team after us.
yeah, that's fair. I guess so. So, truth be told, I just think we deserve free games for being out in Mississippi and having to play in the heat or something. But he was driving for the playoffs. So he's driving through middle of nowhere, Illinois, and there's no place more middle of nowhere than middle of nowhere, Illinois. It is the most. I used to live in Chicago and drive to visit family in Arkansas, and it is just like 4 straight hours of just nothing. And so he stops at like a Panera to get some work done. And he's sitting there getting work done. He's wearing his Frontier League polo, little Frontier League logo right there. And a group of women like come in and he starts packing up and they're like, "Oh, are we in your way? Are we messing with you?" He's like, "No, no, I needed to go anyways." And they ask him about the baseball logo on his shirt. And so he gets talking and they ask questions like, "Oh, so you're like you work with a league of baseball teams. Um is it like the Gwinnett Stripers?" Or he's like, "No, it's not, it's not a affiliated ball. It's independent leagues." He explains what Frontier League is and what partner leagues are. And so they're discussing, and they're like, "Oh, so like the normal Corn Belters." He's like, and then he had to explain that the normal Corn Belters were a partner league team, and now they're a collegiate with that team. And all right, everybody, losing my earphones. This may be a whole thing during the whole episode, but that's okay. Um, and so losing my story because I can't keep earphones in. Um, so he gets talking and he said, "So we have teams in Chicago and in Canada and in Mississippi." And a lady lit up and was like, "Oh, you mean the Mississippi Mud Monsters?" And he looks at her. He's in like middle of nowhere, Illinois. And he's like, "Yes." And she goes, "Oh, their stuff shows up in my feed all the time." And he's like, "Oh, do you follow baseball teams?" "No." Like we just do social so well that it's showing up on random people's feeds. And that's my long story of, like I said, I don't want Macy's head to get big. I need to like let's put it this way. We neg each other to keep each other real. But like what you did with social this year is like fantastic. That story kind of encapsulates it all. So long David's story, not even my story. Shep, sorry I stole your thunder. Um, but like what were some of your favorite moments this year? Like what stories do you want to tell? And then like what stories can you not
I
really
mean,
say?
we've already talked about the whole Ric Flair Hulk Hogan thing on the last one. That was kind of something we didn't expect to blow up. But I guess my favorite thing is the like game captions, final score captions, because we would come up with the most random, dumbest things you could say. My absolute favorite one is when we were playing the other new team in the league, the Down East Bird Dogs. I always call them the Wood Dogs. But we were like, uh-oh, somebody called PETA. The dogs didn't eat. And we just kept joking and joking about it. And somebody was like, somebody's gonna call PETA, and then we're getting a call to the office, and everybody's directing it to you because you said it.
We had some of the best insults. And like to give people a little like peek behind the curtain on how this operated. So anytime you saw a game score or you saw that post at the end of a game, whether it was at 9:30 at night or it was at midnight, Macy stayed up, created artwork, and then we would text about caption ideas. And so I would say it's pretty much a coin flip. It's 50-50 my captions, your captions.
Hmm.
And so you can imagine some of the nonsense. Like we're off work. The team's on the road. We don't travel with the team. So it's a Saturday night. Me and my wife went out for a nice dinner. Macy's hanging out at the pool. We're both in our respective homes drinking too much of liquors and, whatever. What Friday nights, right? So we get to the end of the game and it's just nonsense sometimes. It's just utter nonsense that's like popping between our phones. But I'm really proud of the captions we made all year. Like, let's just say,
But like people would play into it. Sadly, none of the other teams in the league, which if you guys are listening to this, never played back with us really in our captions. Please play back with us. It makes
yeah,
it so much more fun.
yeah, it's so much more fun. And there are, our goal is to be the most fun team in the league, and I'll put that out there. If any of you guys are listening to this, Macy and I, most fun social media people in the whole league, and both of us work for the same team. That just seems unfair.
Yeah,
Um,
you can't have us. Sorry.
yeah, yeah. So, but that means next year we want to fight a little bit. Like our guys on the field are going to build some rivalries. We already saw some.
We saw in two different games the bench is cleared against the same team.
Yeah, yeah. That was Lake Erie,
For
right? So it
yeah,
seems fitting that the team that our team has a rivalry with is kind of where you and I both have roots from. Seems fitting.
yes.
What was your perspective when the benches cleared? Like, were you excited to see the rivalry, or like, how do you feel
Every
about that?
time I was not down there, and I was so mad because I would have gone out there with my camera recording, like to get like in a high school cafeteria and there's a fist fight going on the kid with their phone right in the middle of it. I don't think I would have been like let out there, but I would have loved to.
I just want to see someone like our trainer tackle you while you try to run on the field, like just stop you. Did I
Yes,
just did I just say I wanted to see you clothesline by our trainer? Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I'm pretty. I'm almost positive any of them would probably clothesline me if I were to go out there during a benches clearing moment.
Absolutely. And it tells you all people need to know about our working relationship that I want to see you clotheslined on the field.
Yeah.
To be fair, everybody here knows that I fall all the time, so I don't need someone to clothesline me. Like this chair right here, this brilliant red chair behind me, I've fallen out of 3 times this year, just sitting at my desk. So
One time he texted me, I think I think this is my last day. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "I don't want to tell you." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, nice knowing you." And he then goes, I fell out of my chair again. My response was I thought this was something serious.
I think it is serious if I don't know how to sit, like basic human things like sitting still, um, or keeping headphones in my ear.
And
So,
your sleeve length of your shirts.
oh, now we're skipping ahead a little bit, but we have a part of this where we're going to get into questions about what question we asked fans on social media. Hey,
Yeah.
submit some questions for us to cover. And we used a picture of Macy and I. We did a Hometown Rankin magazine thing. Credit to Hometown Rankin for putting that all together. It was this great day with all these kids, and they took a picture of Macy and I at the end of the day. And at the bottom of it is I have my polo sleeve, and the shirt is peeking out of my polo sleeve. And there's a point in time I realized this season that that is true all of the time. That on every polo I wear, the left sleeve or the right sleeve, whatever sleeve it is, the undershirt's always poking out. And it has led to some text messages and conversations like, I don't think my shoulders are the same.
It's made me ask, do we need to measure your arms?
Yeah, which we're not doing, but I'm apparently a very uneven person. And so, of course, that was one of our questions. You look at every picture of me on social media, undershirt's always peeking out from the left sleeve of every shirt. It's unfair. It's really unfair. I I'm apparently an uneven individual. But all right, enough about the crazy. And I say that like this is not just going to be unhinged banter, right?
Yeah.
Um, so when you look back over year one, like what surprised you the most about this year, and then um, what like what was unexpected about it?
Um, I think probably what surprised me the most was how quickly people bought in. Like you would think it would be difficult for people to buy into something completely brand new into a league that they know nothing about, but the people here bought in so quick, which was really surprising to me because like it was me, I'd be a little skeptical for a while, but people did not care. They were like, "Oh, baseball, okay, we're going every game." And all this stuff.
I was surprised at how much that once we opened the gates on opening day, um, for people that don't know, I worked for the Mississippi Braves for the previous 5 years. So I've been at Trustmark Park for a while, and got a chance to stay with the team. But is how much I didn't compare anything to what we did with the Braves. Like I didn't even feel like this felt like our place. It didn't feel like the Braves place repainted. And I was surprised by that because I had so much history. But like in retrospect, I go, like, how much work did we do? And credit to our owner. Like, I can't even imagine the investment outlay it was for us to turn this place into something brand new, and redo the ballpark. And then I don't, I want to know how they found that much teal paint. Like, nobody
Yeah.
paints in teal, and we probably had truckloads of teal paint everywhere. So, um, and then the other thing that surprised me is how few people were able to figure out our numbers on the outfield wall.
Yes, we did have a player during spring training, before spring training even started,
Yeah.
figure it out. And we were like, all right.
Yeah, and then we posted on social media about it, but we didn't tell people what it was. So if you haven't seen our outfield wall, instead of having the number of feet to center field, it says stuff like 67.601 as a measurement to center field. And so it makes no sense to anybody. They look at it and go, well, 601's the area code. So like, okay, but why 67 and what's this number? And we had the one player during spring training figure it out. And then we have um, one of our season ticket holders, Harry Gong, one of my favorite people. He figured it out, but he also works in that world. Like he's super crazy scientist. He's super awarded. Harry, I apologize. I don't know at all what you do because it's so technical and above my head, but I know it's amazing because I see you get all these awards. But he immediately goes, "Oh, it's this." And I laughed because he got it, but nobody did. So I think we're gonna let people in on the secret. Do you want to tell people what it is?
Sure. It is Measured in fathoms.
Fathoms, that sounds made up. So
Yeah,
fathoms,
it does.
yeah. So fathoms are the measurement of river depth, and we're catfish. And we're in Mississippi where it's rivers exist everywhere, and then the giant Mississippi River, I always wonder if we were named after the river or the river was named after us.
Well, I'm not even gonna say what I
Yeah.
was gonna say because then that looks like I didn't learn anything in school.
To be fair, you went to Ole Miss, so I don't expect a lot.
Hey.
I
Hey,
kid, I kid,
watch it.
I kid. She'll come through this wall if I make more than one Ole Miss joke a day. So
There will be a hole in the
yeah,
wall next to me. A fist
so
size hole.
yeah,
Who
I
will
I
hurt
will have
more,
earned
the
it
wall or me? Me.
probably, but I will have earned whatever ire I get whenever you finally turn on me. Um, but it's fathoms, and it's just a fun way of doing a different measurement on our wall. Um, and really, like, we live our brand through and through. Like what we've built, we follow it to a T. It's super super fun. So I'm losing this earphone again. All right, leave it in there. Looks like I just like playing with my ears.
Earphone.
What am I supposed to
The
call it?
earbud.
I guess so. This is another place where I suddenly feel 20 years older than Macy. All right. So we've kind of like we've had a good season. We've had a lot of fun. Our social media to me feels like it was exactly what we wanted out of it. Um, we are a little sassy, and as if you guys haven't picked up, that's who we are. So our social media reflects who we are. I actually think that if you see a reply on social media and you watch our podcast, you'll be able to know if it was me or Macy who wrote it.
Yes.
Also, it's me because I use like three times more words than Macy does, and she rolls her eyes real
Yes.
hard. So,
It's like a book. Every time he replies in the comments.
what
You
can I say?
also, if you listen to our podcast, will be able to figure out what posts have like David's voice, which ones have mine.
Very much so. Very much so. Like we work well together, but we are not the same people at all. And
Mm-mm.
the number of times I know Macy reads something I post without asking on Facebook, and she just goes, "David, we could have published that and sold it on like Amazon. It'd be a New York Times bestseller. You don't need to post that on Facebook." I know that's a lot. So speaking of Facebook, anybody, Facebook, social media, Instagram, you can tell I'm old because Facebook is social media to me. I'm a Facebook and LinkedIn guy,
This
which
is personal
definitely,
diaries.
yeah. I tell you guys, definitely follow me on Facebook or LinkedIn if you want to just see into my soul or whatever. Also, it's weird
Well,
as it's weird as words. I almost cursed on this. That would have been bad. It's
you're gonna
really
have to
weird.
cut
So,
it.
yeah. So if you follow me, just be forewarned. It's strange. Um, but speaking of social, we've been promoting. We have a ton coming up. And kind of let's just kind of talk about the first thing we have coming up is Main Street Pearls Oktoberfest and then the Monsto Beer Fest.
Yes.
So do you want to tell people a little about at least the beer fest, and I can fill in on other parts?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a beer sampling event. So it is 21 and up. No underage drinking here. But we're gonna have a bunch of different breweries out, like set up on the concourse for people to taste their beer, find out what they like, different craft beers, and then sort of beer festival related food like pretzels, that sort of stuff, and live music.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I laugh because I love Beer Fest, and so we're making little Pilsner glasses with our logo on it. If you haven't seen our logo, number one, shame on you for not following our Facebook. But number two, it's literally a cartoon version of fish holding a beer in like a little Halloween feeling swamp with the moon behind it. And so we'll have this little collectible Pilsner, and we'll have at least 25 beers from breweries all around Mississippi that and beyond. But we'll have at least 25 beers. So you'll walk with your Pilsner and you'll get to taste beers, talk to experts about it, try all of these different things. And then we'll have music and food. And then we're even doing a really cool VIP thing where like you get a gift bag and some, swag. Who doesn't like swag, right? Um, so I'm super excited about it. I'll say this, give a shout out to our GM, Andrew Seymour, because he put all of this together and he's been working on it really hard over the back half of the season. And he has kept, uh, we've been crazy busy. Like if you had come in here in the middle of September and saw Macy and I, like we're pulling our hair out, like just so much work. And he just set all of this up kind of behind the scenes and got everything ready for us. And
I
then
think you
effectively
mean the
said,
middle of August.
oh yeah, definitely not middle of September. I'm not pulling my hair out yet. If I start
Not
pulling my
yet.
hair out, I'm gonna shave my head. Um, well, somebody in our office did shave their head. Um, but I do want to take that moment, and Andrew will actually probably lecture us for calling him out so nicely. But because he is not a look at me person. He is not
Mhm.
trying to turn, but it's the example of just having like somebody here, one of our leaders is just creating and then giving us tools to sell and invite people to the ballpark. It's been really cool to watch. And
Yeah.
then the other half of the Oktoberfest day, so that's in the evening. That's like 4 to 7. It's all sectioned off, ticketed, like super fun. And then, but during the day, it's all family oriented. And so we're working with Main Street Pearl, which is building a downtown area in Pearl, and we're part of that district. So, like, we're kind of the far edge of the district. They want to build this really awesome downtown. And so they kind of run all of these events. And they've been doing an Oktoberfest in a park that's outside of the district for a couple of years now. And so they agreed to come do it here at Trustmark Park so that it is rain safe. It's on the concourse, it's covered. And so they're going to have live music. They're going to have vendor fair out here. They're going to have food trucks, bounce houses. I went last year. The funny thing nobody would know is that's the first place we sold Fun Monsters gear. It was at Oktoberfest last year. Before, like, we got the logos, and then we had T-shirts printed by Lucid Ink right here in Pearl, and we showed up like 3 days after we named the team and sold T-shirts at Oktoberfest. So it's a part of the Mud Monster story. But um, it's going to be a super crazy fun day here at Trustmark Park, and you can come see us. Come hang out with us. It's nothing's expensive. I think it starts at $25 for the beer fest. It's free all day if you want to bring your kids to Oktoberfest. Um, we made a promise when we started this team that Trustmark Park would be the center of everything that happens in Mississippi, and so we want to bring every event we can here. So there I go. That was the equivalent of a David Facebook post. It's a
It
long
was.
diatribe. It was definitely crazy. Um, so like, what are you most excited about this off season?
My heater just like died, it
Oh,
sounded like.
oh, you made the weirdest face into this. I was laughing so hard.
Oh, I don't know. It like died on me.
Yeah. Oh
Or
no.
it got too hot.
Yeah. No, that happens. People don't know our offices do
Or
not like
freezing.
control and they don't control heat or air really well. So it's either really cold or really warm. So, um, like my temperature in my office is super comfortable. Macy has to have a space heater 10 feet away from me.
It's freezing in here.
So yeah, it's not fair. Um, so what are you most excited about for like what's upcoming, Oktoberfest, the winter, like what are you looking forward to this off season?
Well, I don't like beer. So for me, the beer fest is not that exciting. It's going to be exciting having all the people here, but like the thought of tasting all of this beer when I don't like how beer tastes is not appealing to me.
So you're going to be here for the music, for the food, for all of
Yeah.
the pretzels and everything. Well, that's the best part of it is like I am not much of a drinker. I know we joked about drinking earlier. I'm not much of a drinker, but those are like the events that you want to come out to anyways. It's like,
Hmm.
you know what? I'm sure they'll have Pepsi. I'm sure they'll have pretzels and
Yeah.
music and all that stuff. So that's awesome. Well, what are you looking like? What is coming up? What's kind of your favorite things you're looking at?
I'm excited for the Southern Lights in the Christmas, Thanksgiving holiday-ish time, but also I think just starting to plan for next season is what I'm excited about.
Oh, absolutely. Like I'm totally feel that. Are you when it comes to Christmas, are you a person that does Christmas like overboard, or are you like a chill Christmas person?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Are you like all in on Christmas, the sort of person that like is watching Hallmark movies and playing Christmas music all the time?
I mean, I will watch Christmas movies, like Hallmark movies, but I cannot listen to Christmas music all the time. And I don't listen to Christmas music until after Thanksgiving's happen.
Well, that seems
And I
crazy.
don't decorate for Christmas until after Thanksgiving happened too.
I generally follow the same rule about not decorating for Christmas until Thanksgiving, but sometimes I really want my Christmas tree up, so it goes up early. So, but the thing, I am all in on Christmas. Like I am a Hallmark movie watcher.
I
So
love a
much
good
so,
Hallmark movie.
yeah, like Hallmark Christmas movies are my jam. Although I want to put this out there, and this will probably be the thing that people will pay more attention to than anything. Do you know the best Hallmark holiday movies?
No.
The Hanukkah one. They make one Hanukkah one every year, and it's always the best story out of them all because it's different. Like, don't get me wrong, huge Hallmark Christmas movie fan, but they're all exactly the same. Like somebody's
You
on
can, by
ChatGPT.
30 minutes in, you can tell exactly what's going to happen at the end of the movie.
Absolutely. And I could name the movie that it's based on that came out 5 years before that was starring a different actor and actress. So, but the Hanukkah movies, my favorite ones. Makes no sense. I'm not Jewish, like just not. But the stories are always more interesting because they're different.
Hmm.
So, well, let's roll on. I could talk about Christmas movies all the time. And truth be told, if you want to talk Christmas movies with me, come out for the light shows. We'll get a hot chocolate. I'll probably add some Kahlua to it. And we can talk Christmas movies because I can assure you I'll have them going in my office while I'm working.
I'm
But
not going to add Malort to your hot chocolate.
no comments. If you know what Malort is, that just kind of hurts me to even think about.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, and you can't legally have Malort in Mississippi. It's not a liqueur that is sold in Mississippi, so you can't purchase it here. You'd have to bootleg it and bring it to Mississippi. But all of these teams that play us in Chicago, they know what Malort is. So we did ask our social media fan base to give us some questions for this podcast. And
Yes.
in good social media fan base thing, they gave us the most unhinged questions they could think of.
Yes.
So I don't even know. The first one we already answered. Why are your shirt sleeves not the same length? Thank you for that, Riley. We've already discussed it. It is now probably
I
going to be,
already explained it to her last night too.
yeah. So yeah, like unfortunately, now the whole world has to know that I do not have the same
You
size
might,
arms and
okay,
shoulders.
when we were discussing it last night, Riley said you need to go to a chiropractor, get readjusted.
No, I'm just gonna accept my unique, unbalanced self as who I am. So I don't I'm not gonna take any of Riley's advice. None of it. All right, so the next comment wasn't even a question. It was just a comment, but I want to say it out loud. Olivia Bridges, who has actually worked with both of us, she's brought groups to the ballpark, kids that sing, said you two should hold a master class in marketing. I think this podcast proves we should not.
Yes.
Like like
This
number
is our
one,
master class.
yeah, like number one, nobody wants that. Nobody wants to sit there. But number two, I think if you do want to talk, I think the only advice we give anyone on social is, and we talk about this a lot, is you have to be authentic. You have to be yourself. So we shoot ideas around our office all the time. We text ideas all the way from the top to the bottom. Everyone here is free to share ideas. But if they don't feel like they're our voice or they're us, like
Yeah.
I'll never look at Macy and say, go do this video. And her be like, that doesn't sound like me at all. like authenticity is what really matters and what people connect with. So,
Mhm.
um, when you see us like discussing like, hey, it's David, the middle-aged manager, I took over the social media. That's because I didn't ask Macy for permission. And it really is authentic. Like I know when I post that stuff that she's over there like slamming her phone into a couch going, this is not how the algorithm works. This is
Yes.
not how social media is supposed to be done.
Well, and you know what my mom told me about that? She said I should actually change the password on you one day. So we'll see.
One piece of advice for everyone, don't ever listen to Macy's mom.
She gives some good advice.
That sounds like bad advice. Um, our friend Danielle wrote, and this question's great, and I don't have the answer. How many 7-foot pitchers would it take to go from home plate to the wall at center field? And unfortunately, I can't figure this out because the pitchers are measured in feet and not fathoms. And so I can't, if you told me that they were 1.2 fathoms, I could do the math, but I just can't. But she did point out we're already on our way with two. So
Yes.
um, my advice to Jay Petchy, Jay,
Get
listening,
more.
yes, if we can have at least 5 7-foot pitchers next year,
We can lay them down.
yeah, they'll come really close to the wall, right? They'll come somewhere.
Yeah.
But I want to create, you ever see those cartoons where it's like 12 squirrels in a trench coat? Imagine how big of a trench coat we'd have to get to put our two 7-footers in one. Pretend they're one 14-foot tall person. So, um,
14, 2
oh, yep,
person.
yep. Never forget the 2 inches. They're really important.
Yes.
And
Just like when
so let's,
deciding computer screen.
yeah, like both of us Macy just got a new computer and mine's coming in tomorrow. So this podcast will be much higher end as we get there. Like it won't be made on my junky computer that's freezing up. So, but we had a good half-hour debate about whether it was worth buying the 16-inch versus the 14-inch screen. So
Yes.
I do love that it's true about our pitchers is that we had two pitchers, one a 7-foot, one a 7 foot two. And you have the 7-footer probably never been in a room with somebody taller than him in his whole life,
Hmm.
which is crazy. There's some great photos of Macy standing between these guys. It's just the top of her head, or it's the guys cut off at the chin.
And then the like zoomed out version, I look
Yeah.
like a toddler.
Yeah, it like
It's
I don't.
humbling. I didn't realize I looked that short.
Yeah, you don't seem that short, but in that situation, I was like, holy moly.
Well, and it's like when this is a totally random story, but one of the managers for one of the teams we were playing this season, every time he would walk out to the pitcher's mound, he looked like he was shorter than me. And I kept looking at everybody in the dugout and I was like, do I look like that when I'm standing next to you guys? Because if that's the case, I don't want to be around any of you.
I love all of the places you build a complex by being on the field with a bunch of baseball players. Let's just say baseball players in their 20s that have grown up around baseball and are part of a team are a very different type of group of people.
Yes.
And the truth is our team, oh, there goes my earbud again. Our team is full of upstanding people, really good, great guys. You see it with our fans. Our fans see them interact the whole 9 yards. But when you put people together in a group, sometimes the things that are said are things that we will never repeat on this podcast. So,
Yes.
um,
Things
and
that are
Macy,
burned into my brain and I could never forget.
so the way we talk about it is like Macy's job is to tell the story of everything we do here, including the team. But she has to choose which stories to tell.
Yes. And some of the stories I think are really funny, but they're stories I can never share.
Yeah, we actually tried for a hot minute to do Mud Monsters After Dark on Twitter, where
It
we
got scary real fast.
it got so let's just say Twitter or X or whatever it is a place not to share too deeply. It's a little
Yeah.
scary. Um, so we have one last question, and it's actually a legit question. So sorry, we got through most of the joke questions, and we have
Yes.
besides new turf, what other improvements can we look forward to at Trustmark Park? What do you know about? And then I can fill in the gaps.
I
I'll at least
know
let you,
that
I'll let you tell people what's going on right now if you want, because you've been taking
um
pictures every day.
well, they are putting the new turf in, or the turf in. They are digging up the dirt and leveling it and getting ready for that. And then I know we are taking out some seats and making it into a grass berm, well, a turf berm. Um, there's talk about a new roof. That's not exciting for
Yeah.
anybody. It's
Mhm.
exciting for us. There is,
Yeah, I can fill in.
that's
Yeah,
it.
basically that's most of the list that we've heard, and we're not, let's just say these are all decisions that are made above our pay grade. So we're just really seeing them and interacting with them as they happen. But yeah, they've dug out. They're probably like 10
It
feet
was
down
so
on the field.
fast, too.
Yeah, it's so much fun to sit out there and you'll watch them take dump truck loads of dirt out of the field. Like in 10 minutes, they'll fill the dump truck 3 times and roll it out. It's crazy though. I've never seen it because they left the mound because on the turf, our mound is still going to be clay. So they're building the turf around it. And it looks like an island. Like you could flood it in and it looks like an island. You could put a little flag on and it's a deserted island. Yeah, there are talks about we're getting a new roof, which is this is a 21-year-old building now, or will be this year. And so credit to our landlord for investing to keep it comfortable for us. And maybe with the new roof, Macy's office won't be cold while mine is warm.
And maybe with the new roof, the printer won't be shoved into my office doorway.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely one of the funnier things that happened here is during a really bad storm, we got a leak in the roof right outside of Macy's office, and that's where the printer for our office is. So the solution is just push the printer out of the way of the leak. They've repaired the leak, but the printer was put like 2 inches from Macy's office. So she goes
I
to walk
had
out.
to squeeze through to get into
Yeah.
my office because the printer was in the way.
Yeah. The best part of this is even once it was fixed, and it was fixed really fast.
Yes,
Even
it
once it
still
was
stayed right by
Yeah,
my
it
office.
stayed right there. And I would print stuff all the time, and everybody just Macy couldn't get work done because we were all just staring in her office, which is exactly what Macy wanted. I know that's what
Yeah,
you just love it.
it was
So
great.
yeah. So and that's what I would tell people is like the upgrades here, this is a 21-year-old ballpark. And so um like all of these things are things we need to do. Like turfing the field will allow us to do so much, like use the field for more events. Thing I'm most excited about, like, is if I was a company here and I wanted to throw a luncheon, now I can do it on the field. Like I can throw
Yep.
a luncheon
All your
out with the
banquets you want to host, you
yeah.
can have them on the field.
Yeah, that's when you drop the give us a call at 601-664-7600 to book your
Yes.
banquets today. So
For after the next 40 something days
yeah,
and
absolutely.
after
So
Christmas time.
oh, at Christmas time, we're gonna sell so many banquets here. So it's going to be fun. And then, yeah, the hope is that we can readjust some of our seating and put in like some grass berm area, make it a little easier, a little more fun. And then there's other stuff. They're currently doing work on the sound system. They're doing work on the video board to give everyone a new experience. And that's what I really want for us in year 2 is like we got a ballpark that existed and we changed it and we made it ours. But in year 2, I really want to like reinvent the ballpark. So, well, we are reaching the end of everything we have to talk about. If we continue doing this, we're going to discuss dinner plans, and I'm going to ask Macy where I should go get some hot wings and all of that stuff. So, um, Macy, anything you want to add before we wrap it all up?
I don't think so. I guess I don't know. See you in October for Oktoberfest.
Yeah. Absolutely. We want to thank you
Come
guys for taking.
come drink beer with me. Well, I don't drink beer.
Yeah, yeah, guys, come out for Oktoberfest. We're gonna have just so much fun, and um, it's gonna be a full day at the ballpark. So like, definitely come out here. We should be doing another podcast in a few weeks. We also have a ton of traveling that is coming up,
Yes.
mostly for me. Um, Macy has some too, where she's going to be out of work, but we are. I have to go to Ottawa, Canada. So you guys all light a candle, say a prayer, whatever it is for me on a 2 layover flight day there and a 2 layover flight back. I'm super excited to go to Canada, and I'm definitely flying into Montreal because je parle français à petit peu. I speak French. So I'm looking forward to a bunch of French Canadians making
Oui.
fun of my French.
I speak French too.
This is what I deal with every day. Always mocking, it doesn't stop.
Oh,
So
but it's always delayed mocking because I have to think about
I don't even know what to say about that. I think you just made fun of yourself. You just
I
roasted
did.
yourself good. Thank you. Thank you. Um, so follow along. We'll have another episode sometime in the next month. Who knows? I may be in Canada.
Who knows?
Macy.
Maybe we'll pre-record episodes.
Yeah, we'll just make it up. We'll fill it in. It'll be like, and coming up this month, and then we'll just go to a graphic.
Yes.
So, but follow us on social media. Everything we've talked about is really only the tip of the iceberg. There's so much going on. Um, I think the other thing that we will do as we grow this out is we want to tell you the story of what the marketing part of us looks like, but we also want to make sure that you hear everything going on at the ballpark. So we intend eventually to start adding some guests and stuff.
Hmm.
So if you're listening to this, you're watching this, always feel free to send us ideas, comment on the videos, the whole 9 yards. We just want this to be, we really want this to be for the fans. Like, we entertain ourselves. It gives us a reason to drink bubbler and put it on the screen, all
Yes.
of that stuff. But really just want to say thank you to you guys. And I think on that note, we're going to tap out, and Macy's going to walk over to my office and tell me everything I did wrong. So thank you guys. Have a
I'm
great
not
day.
going to tell you what you did wrong.
You're gonna wait till the fans do it, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all and look forward to seeing you guys next time.
Bye-bye.